Chocky Chat. I've got to balance the phone to find a better way of doing this. That's going to fall over. Hello. Hello, hello. Who have we got? Oh, we're having Houston. We're having problems. I need to balance this up. Let's use that. No, put that behind that. 1 second. There we go. Montaz, I finished. We are Hello Chocky Chat. It's episode 161. I hope you're enjoying the lovely music in the background there. It's local. I'm sat with Hashim and Abdullah. They chose the music, not me. They're tuning. There's a delay. There's a really long delay. Anyway, Hashim's joined me. Walaikum salam. How are you? Mrs. So Sassy's there. Hello, sweetheart. We are in Bahrain. We're in Bahrain Bay. Here is the view. Where's the fire? There's Hashim, Abdullah, they're going to be shy. We just ordered tea. This is the Bahrain Bay. This is beautiful. This is where we are. How's Chocky Chat crew? Oh, I nearly fell over. How's Chocky Chat crew? Let me scroll up and say some hellos. So, Mrs. So Sassy. Shukran. Sophia So Sassy's joined us. Sophia, we're bringing all your moulds back. Mo the Baker, how are you? House of Desserts there in Innsbruck. Gina Surfer Leg, how are you? I saw your chocolates earlier today. Absolutely amazing. Grandma 2x2 says, your class photos looked terrific. The hands-on class was absolutely amazing. And for anybody that's done or for those that have done the hands-on classes with me, you'll know that there's always this, like at the start of the class when you start teaching, you talk about beta crystals and you talk about shelling, you talk about the details. There's this moment where they're like, well, I hope this works. When I make chocolates, I hope this works. And I know lots of chocolatiers have this same thing. And when everybody turned their chocolates out today and it's the wow and the shine and the gloss and the look of shock, I know it's going to work because I trust the way I teach, and I have 100%. But when you give a group of students all the colours and say, you temper them, you paint them, you shell them, and I know at the end they're all going to turn out and they were like glass. So they were beautiful, weren't they? The table of chocolates that different designs, different colours. I think it's fair to say that when you have group classes and I give them 20 of my colours, everybody uses everything. So very bright, quite an eclectic mix of, each mould had 10 colours in it. And then we get to the end of the class, we turn it all out and I say the only thing I would do differently is just use less. Right, less is more. But I think that's a good lesson for everybody. Less is more. I think if you look at the way we do collections and the way that we do chocolates, certainly my style, we will pick 3 colours and kind of keep it honest, and then occasionally we'll throw a curveball in of using every single colour. Fantastic class, amazing facility, organised by Ray Academy. I felt like part of the team, and I felt like I'd worked there for a long time. I really didn't feel like a stranger.
No,
I didn't feel like a stranger in somebody else's kitchen. That's really difficult to understand or explain. But, we needed this, we needed that, we needed this bit of equipment, we needed to get things. And just none of it was a problem. Yeah, we'll get it. If you've got some piping bags, yeah, we'll get it. If you've got a stick blender, yeah, we'll get it. So, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing experience. So, you spelt those perfectly. I hope you're having a great trip and class. Loving seeing the photos and videos. I'm going to share more over the next few days. Very tiring. Early starts, late finishes. But, absolutely means. Hello, Isle Bakes. Hello, Chocaluva in California, I think. Who else have we got? Alice posted some really Alice Goebel Chocolates posted some really lovely... See all those chocolates lined up? Absolutely incredible. And everybody's on a break now, aren't they? Emma there. Hello. It's down in Sydney. Hashim saying, how do you know where everybody is? Because I do. You look odd, clean shaven. Not really. Had a haircut too. Robert, Exo Chocolates. Hello, mate. We were talking about you earlier today. Your ears should have been burning. Chucky Shells. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Who else? It is good. Susie Floozy. He knows me well enough not to take offence. I've never stolen offence. Is it Christmas?
It's national.
We arrived, the day I arrived for the class was the Bahrain National Day. So it's the 53rd year?
Yeah, 53rd, yeah.
53 years of national, or recognised National Day. Let me explain. So this is Bahrain Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a small island, and then there's lots of little islands that attach to it with bridges. You can drive from one end of the country to the other in, 30 minutes? 45 minutes. And then east to west, 15 minutes. It's kind of... This is one of the safest places on Earth. This is the zero crime. There is water taxis. Water taxis will take you from one restaurant up the end there to another restaurant down the end here and then come and collect you. There is zero crime, zero tax. It's lovely and quiet. It's not hugely busy. It's very peaceful. Everybody's just going about their life every day. And it's very difficult to explain. You know, when I say zero crime, you leave your car open, you leave your phone and wallet on the table, and your house keys. If you want to reserve a table, you just leave your mobile phone on the table. When you come back, it will be here. And it's very difficult. I live in the West, and it's very difficult to comprehend here that there are cars parked with the windows open. There are cars that have been left and the doors are open. I can see from here, there are phones and things just left on tables. Nobody's stealing anything. Nobody's taking anything. Everybody's just getting on and enjoying their life. Eating out is affordable. Going out is affordable. It's kind of nice utopia, right? Has everyone finished for... We have had some fantastic food. Absolutely fantastic food. It's decorated because it was National Day. So everything, the Bahrain national flag is red and white. But everywhere you look, everything's been lit up in red and white. This building behind us is...
Four Seasons.
That's the Four Seasons Hotel. We were at the Le Meridian earlier.
Yeah,
Went for a little after-class snack. Very big snack. There's a lot of snacks.
But it was nice.
Carol's joined us. Hi, Carol. Carol's in New York. She had some colours and some chocolates this week. I sent her some of Sophia's chocolates. Who else? Have you had some fantastic food, Mo? Yes. Mix of everything. Mix of modern stuff. We had like kebabs, but like meats on skewers and quite traditional things. It's a real blend of cultures here because there's Indian and Pakistani and obviously Bahraini. Lots of Saudis come because it's connected by a bridge, and Kuwaitis and people coming up from UAE and Dubai. So it's a real melting blended pot of different food cultures everywhere you go. Temperature now probably 12. Do you think it is 12? Maybe 15 degrees. So at night it's nice and cool at the moment, and during the day it's kind of nice, even 20 at the minute. So it's nice to have a bit of winter sunshine. We saw a cloud today, just one. Everybody took a photo of it. Has everybody finished for Has everybody finished for Christmas? I think everybody's probably finished doing chocolate now, haven't they, for Christmas? I would have thought. Gina's saying not yet. She's still going until the last minute. Keep going, Gina. Keep making them. Paula's saying one more day in the shop. Chocolate shells going to sell out though. Happy selling out's a good thing, right? You don't want Christmas stock left after Boxing Day, right? Meg Chef in Arizona. Hello, Temp Dot Demper. Kathy, I hope you're well. Sophia's having a chat with Mo the Baker. I only just discovered it's called Mo the Baker, and I thought it was Mother Baker. Every day's a learning day. La Grosse Noire, hello. Sarah Paintman, how are you, Sarah? I haven't spoken to you for a while. Hope you are good. Sunshine will do my bones good. God, without a doubt, it's nice to see the sunshine. It really, really is. Bahrain is very breezy. It's a lot of wind. It's not windy. It's very breezy, right? So you go like hot spells and then it cools down. Hot spells because it's rather nice. I like it. Ellen there. Hiya, Ellen. I'm just Susie Floozy. 2 cakes Monday, then apron off. Sounds like a good thing. Darren Jones, you're back to work on the 25th. Wow. So no break at all, right? Who has has anybody got questions? Does anybody want to have a look at... Shall I give you a look at this is the Four Seasons Hotel here behind me. Give you another little spin. This is not a river, this is the sea behind us. And we got, there's like... These are all kind of food... Where are we? These are all kind of food outlets up here. Right. And to get over here, you cross lots of bridges. It's kind of... Everything's beautiful, everything's lit up, everything is super clean. I don't think I've ever been anywhere that's so clean. Okay? There is no rubbish. This is all just restaurants. And it's not super filled. It's busy and there are people here, but it's not filled, right?
Sometimes we get 300,000 cars crossing from South to Bahrain.
Wow. We saw one cloud. Yeah. We saw one cloud today and we photographed it. How are we going back to work on the 25th? Andrew there, Styling Chocolates. How are you? I hope Christmas was good for everybody. I hope everybody's got all their orders in, packed up, cleaned up, had a good rest. Make sure you write down your thoughts on Christmas production. I said this to students today that just keep writing down the things that you liked, not the things that you didn't like. You want to make a list of the things you did like. That's quite a life-changing mindset having that. So, Chocolate by C is saying good evening, James and all Chocky Chat crew friends. Mo saying which sea is this? This is a Gulf.
Bahrain Bay.
No, what sea is it?
It's Gulf.
Gulf, yeah. So the Gulf. If we kind of looked directly north east, you'd be in Iran, and if we go directly west, we're in Saudi Arabia. If we head south a little bit, we'll get to Qatar, and then the next big kind of area down would be Dubai, the Emirates. Okay. So Sana Ahmed saying, if you use cream in the chocolate filling, what's its expiration date? That would depend on the formula. It depend on how much chocolate you use. Water's content in cream is generally around about 68%. So you can't really answer that. You'd need to know how much cream ratio to chocolate. Cream on its own, if you mixed equal quantities of cream and chocolate together to make a ganache, you wouldn't get more than 5 or 6 days shelf life. It's not going to be good. Chocolate creams in Iran, how are you? It's good to see you're enjoying your time there, but Instagram is acting up again. Not sure why, what's wrong. May have to watch the rest later. I don't know. I think everybody can log in. I got full signal. Hello. Cheltenham Chocolates. That was a nice story post you did yesterday. Oil bakes. James, I'm struggling to keep my brush warm when spraying. My kitchen is quite cold and I'm frequently warming the brush with a hairdryer, but obviously can't know for sure what cocoa butter temperature. The challenge with airbrushing, if your room's very, very cold, your compressor is pulling in cold air and blowing out colder air. Once we've tempered cocoa butter, we've instructed it to crystallize. So that's what it will do. You can only spray for so long before you need to reset the system. So it helps having a couple of brushes. So you have one brush that's being warm and you have one brush that's being used. If you choose the bigger cup on your airbrush, when you're not using it, try and unclip it and hold it in your hand and it will keep warm. And it's kind of like the old men used to have pipes. You've got a cup in your hand, you keep the airbrush warm. And swap between brushes. But once you've tempered cocoa butter, you've instructed it to crystallize. That's what it will do. So when you're spraying, it's going to get thicker, and at some point, probably within one mold, you're going to need to empty it, warm it, re-put the cocoa butter in. Balance the temperature of the cocoa butter so it holds at kind of 27, 28, and then keep warming the brush. The only way around that is to have a very big turbine set up. But even then, when we're spraying and we've got 500 grams of cocoa butter in a cup, it's still going to crystallize at some point because that's what we've told it to do. So when you're spraying, spray one mold, and if at this time of year, if you have to reset, you reset. I will tell you, like we did in the class today, we had to turn the air conditioning up because things were crystallizing too quickly, and we set it at 18. And I think we were on 21, 22 at the end. The room was just too cold. Thanks, happy birthday. So it's about spray a mold, reheat the brush, and if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do, right? Spray quickly. Merry Christmas, everybody. Susie Floozy's saying. I used to work with someone who used to have one heated on a thermostat, but stopped making them. There are airbrushes that are on a thermostat. The problem is how accurate it is. The warmer that cocoa butter is, the colder the mold needs to be. So you're playing this game, and everything will be the same temperature as the room. So if your room's very cold, eventually everything will become that temperature of the room, and that's the challenge with airbrushing. We've instructed the cocoa butter to crystallise. That's what we told it to do. That's what it will do. And if we put cold air behind cocoa butter, it will crystallise. So it's just slowing down, 21, 22 is more than warm enough for airbrushing. It'll give you plenty of time. If you go much cooler than that, we need the room cooler for that when we're shelling and when we are wanting the shells to retract or shrink. We need it cooler, but 20, 21 degrees, more than enough, more than cold enough. Is it really late in the evening for us? Yeah, it's 10 to midnight. So we started at 7 this morning. It's 10 to midnight. It's been a long day. You can hear my voice cracking now. I've got a cup of tea.
All the way from
Mint tea. You always end up drinking a mint leaf, right?
yeah. It's our favorite here.
I'll pick it up and throw it in the tea and the fish will eat it. They won't. I don't think fish. There's no fish in the sea anyway, so I'm told. Yeah, 10 to 12 here, but absolutely fantastic. Really, really fantastic couple of days. Eaten lots. Had amazing meals. Amazing hospitality. Met some amazing people. Incredible conversations. Just genuinely warm, lovely experience here. And when I say warm, temperature including heart as well, right? So I'm going good for an old boy. Rania said, order karat tea. It's like English that we have. That's what we've been drinking today. Rania, it's the same tea. I'm going to bring some back with me, karat tea. It's the chai masala that we used to have in in Oman, and they come in these little. It's like chai masala. It's really, really sweet. Just keep drinking it. Just keep drinking. You have one, and you drink 20. And they come in these little cups. So I'm going to bring some back with me because it's fond memories of drinking karakti. Really, really nice. Very, very sweet though. It's made with the evaporated milk. Very addictive. Very addictive. I'm just going to scroll. Yeah, it's long days, but long days aren't difficult when you enjoy it, right? Long days aren't. I don't mind working long days. You know, when you see everybody's faces when you have a whole room of students have to come up and turn out their chocolates. When you see the happiness, because everybody wants to have these super shiny, glossy, and even myself, when I make chocolates and I turn them out, I'm still excited by it. And I teach this, and I teach those methods and how to do that. And we talk about that in Chocolate Chat Crew all the time, that you can polish the mould all you want. And the students said this, you have to polish the moulds, look. You have to clean the moulds, it's food, clean moulds. But you have to do everything else in the right order. It's still a lovely experience when you crack out a mould and they're all like glass and shiny. But to see the joy in everybody's faces, the energy in the room just changes instantly, and it's. There are a few there that have never done anything with chocolate ever, right? Zero experience. So there are a few that had some experience. There were a few that do lots of small businesses, but there were students there today that never ever. So to see them all turn out chocolate at the end of a 2-day class, absolutely amazing. Billy's there, Scottish Chocolates. Did everybody see Billy's post today? He's a clever boy. Yes, he is. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. And we're going to go Rudolph. Ellen is asking, how big is the damage if I accidentally capped a mould with not properly tempered chocolate? Probably going to be okay. When you say not properly tempered, you might find it's a little bit. It might bloom a tiny bit. If you need to, you can always cap over capped chocolate, or you can just spray the back of it, or just decorate the back of it. You can put luster dust over it. There's always ways to camouflage the back of capping. I don't think it's going to be too bad. When you say it's not properly tempered, you take it, if you take chocolate and you warm it up to 33, you're going to have a few beta crystals up. If you go much more than 33, 33.3, 33.4, you're going to start melting too many beta crystals. The only challenge is going to be is it's not going to set and dry quickly and then crystallize. It will eventually crystallize. It will eventually crystallize and bind up and be solid. I'll put it straight in the fridge. It'll be absolutely fine, Ellen, really. Temper saying, I have a workshop planned with a local dental group. I thought we'd make flat bars with inclusions on the back. Any tips first time? Keep it simple. It's always nice that, for those kind of groups, if you do cocoa butter, you've got to temper it, and you'll need to temper it for them. Or use luster dust if you want to decorate them. Fill those moulds with chocolate that's at least 32 degrees, and wait for it just to skin over, just to dry slightly before you put all the inclusions on. Keep it simple. Keep it really, really simple, and you're not teaching them to make chocolate, you're giving them an experience, right? If they want to learn to make chocolate, it's not going to be a 2-hour experience. You just want to make it fun, make it interesting, give them something to taste. I am always surprised by how many people that work in the dental industry also make chocolate, and doctors, but like the inclusions, I would have as many different things as people would like, and it's the nuts, the berries, the crispy things, so many little sprinkles and bits and pieces that you can buy. I think inclusions in the back of chocolate bars should be fun things and memorable things, right? So, and at this time of year, there's a whole host of sparkly stuff that you can put on the back of inclusions. Keep it simple. Don't make it about tempering cocoa butter and spraying and doing this. I think if you're going to do bars, keep it upbeat, keep it funny, and make it their experience of having fun as a gathering of a group of people. Because that's what they'll remember. They made chocolate and they'll remember the fun they had. I need to order cocoa butter from you. When are you back in the UK? I am back Monday. I'm back Monday. Tuesday is Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day. Probably not going to have any orders go out until the 27th. At this rate, even if they do, even if they do collect. I'm back on Monday. But very, very late at night, so I won't be posting anything out Monday or the Tuesday, so yeah, back Monday night. You can place orders and I'll get them out as quickly as I can. So Alice Edible Desserts, how are you in Canada? Do I sell colour Coronation cocoa butter? I don't know what Coronation cocoa butter is. Wanted to make a quick and easy vegan white chocolate for a small ganache. I want to use coconut and almond. Would coconut milk powder work with added maltodextrin and acacia fibre? I don't know why you need the acacia fibre, because the coconut will bulk that up enough. The maltodextrin is a flour, a soft flour substance. It's a modified starch, and again, I don't know if I would. You've got the coconut milk powder in there. I don't know if you'd need the maltodextrin in there. Maybe a tiny bit to bind it up and give it some thickness. But it's still going to be cocoa butter, coconut milk powder, and sugar. It needs to be vegan. I don't know if how much acacia powder fibre you put in there. And the only reason you'd put that in there is to thicken the chocolate a little bit. I think I find with the vegan white chocolate, when you warm it up, it almost goes see-through, like it's just clear cocoa butter. So that might be the reason. So coconut milk powder, absolutely. That's the answer. Making chocolate is a therapy. Yes, it is. Surflet, or should I just use desiccated coconut and blend it finely? I don't know if a melanger would get all the desiccated coconut through. I'd use coconut milk powder to do that. You mean combination of cocoa butters? No, all the butters are sold individually. Initially, we did do some sets, and we did like red, blue, green. We did all the primaries: red, green, blue, yellow, and orange, and then we put a gold. And then what happened is when people ordered, they wanted to swap them all, and it just ended up being a nightmare with our stock control and order systems. And then people would place an order and then follow it up an hour later with an email saying, I want to swap the green for this green, the price. They're all priced individually. Order the ones that you would like, and they're in 2 different sizes. It's much easier. Much easier. Yeah, there's a good answer. Dry cranberries, banana chips, salt. Always put a sprinkle of salt on the back of chocolate. It's always good. Mold and salt, obviously. Right? Can you explain when you would use gold luster dust and when you would use the gold cocoa butter in the mold, please? What's the difference? They're 2 different products. The gold luster dust is a finer micron size than the gold that I use in the colour. The gold luster dust I would use to back with if I was just doing the whole shell. They're 2 very, very different products. the gold luster dust. Do you know? I would spray the gold cocoa butter if I was filling in gaps within a mould. So if I'd sprayed one end red and I wanted the other end gold, I would do that. If I want to back that with another colour, I would use the cocoa butter. If I've got a very big mould to cover or bigger space to cover, I would always choose the cocoa butter over the luster dust. For gold luster dust, I would put in, if I was scratching the mould with a toothpick, so if, say I'd sprayed it black and I wanted to just scratch a line through it, or do some filigree with it, I'd back that with luster dust because it's quicker than melting cocoa butter and just spraying that back into it. So, interesting question. Why did I choose one over the other? They're different products. I would use them in the same instance as well. So, Melissa's there. How are you, Melissa? I hope you're going to get a break for Christmas. Don't know. Everybody's got really bad internet connection tonight. What temp do you heat the dry caramel to for the apple caramel ganache recipes? I couldn't see the temp on the recipe. Dry caramel always goes to 176, regardless. If you make a dry caramel and you're under 176, it will be sticky. And the problem with that is that when we add the cream, we won't get a good emulsion. You need to reach 170. There's always a race car, isn't there? They do the Formula 1 Grand Prix here, don't they? There's one there. Dry caramel, you always go to 176, regardless. Otherwise, it'd be too sticky, it'd be too like honey, and it'll cause you many other problems. The other thing is, when you make a dry caramel and you don't reach 176, there is a danger that it will recrystallise. It will recrystallise when it's in the mould or when you chill it, right? Particularly with that apple caramel because of the water content. There's a lot of water content in that. So that is good to know, Melissa, that you're very, very busy. You owe me an email. Yeah, you do. Send me an email then. Right, it's 12:05. I'm going to go. Falling asleep. 3-hour time zone difference. I could have. I'll share some more videos now. I've got a few more days here. We're going to go around the island. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to go and visit stuff. We're going to go and eat things. Living the dream. Absolutely living the dream. Absolute joy to be here. I've got to thank my two sponsors that organised this. I'm always humbled, and I am always appreciating the amazing experiences that I have. And it's chocolate, and it's Chocy Chat Crew, and we've talked a lot over the last few days about being a good human being, right? Being helpful. All the things that I value as a business was teach, create, inspire, help people. I know it's been a tough year for everybody in Chocy Chat. I know that the price fluctuations have been a challenge. The world is a crazy place right now. Lots of people flexing their muscles and lots of suffering going on. And you just need to be a good human being and everything else will be fine. I hope everybody has a nice Christmas. I hope everybody achieved their goals. Next year is going to be a good year. Next year is going to be amazing, and I think you just need to keep telling yourself that. Every time you make chocolate, you get better. Every time you make chocolate, you practice and you get better. Stay with Chocy Chat. Lean on Chocy Chat Crew. Everybody shares everything. Everybody encourages everybody, me included. We will all grow together, and we will all get better together, and we will all build better businesses, and we will all have better security and happiness. So, happy Christmas to everybody. It's another birthday. They're bringing a cake over. That better not be for me. Happy Christmas. I will see you next week at some point. I'm going to get going now. This is right next to me. Wow. And that's the moon right there. Right there. And I put the moon on my finger. There we go, with the Four Seasons. I'm going to get away. I'll post some pictures. Thank you for joining me tonight. I will see you all in a week. This is James and Ray Academy. Bahrain, baby. It's been a good time. Take care, everybody.